Are we live?
Yeah.
Oh, well, hey.
I was waiting for you.
There it goes. There we got some juice. Good morning, sports fans. Welcome to the Cheap Seats, WLCN 96.3. Been doing this for 30-some years. And just always a technical difficulty, Joe. But
it's always some difficulty.
Yeah, we
thought David Pickering would help us out with some of it. He's a very intelligent guy. And
well, we go on there and he disappears. But,
he's stuck off.
We are at Tremont.
He went to get makeup put on.
We're at Tremont First National Bank, the newly constructed bank here in Lincoln, Illinois. Beautiful facility. Got some pretty cool features in here, Joe. What would you call this? What would Jake call this?
Jake would call it a vignette.
A vignette.
Yeah. It's an awesome place.
Yeah,
and the brick's beautiful out front. Yeah. The Schneider boys out here put some brick up.
Did some work. Probably gave awesome you a deal, place. You know.
I'm not sure. They did a heck of a job, though.
Yeah, they did, and it's beautiful in here. So, newly constructed, and get on here and see them. You're open, right?
We are open. Okay. Yeah, ready to have customers. So come on in.
Come on in.
That's David Pickering, CFO, talking with us a little bit this morning.
Former railer, well known through the community, and we'll talk with him later. But right now, we got to talk to the football coach who's holding some hardware. Coach Sikowski, Taylorville comes to town last night. It's the game of the week on TV, and boy, the Railers really handed it to the Tornadoes.
Yeah, great night for us.
Yeah,
great night all the way around.
Yeah, the weather, some people call it football weather, but other people call it misery.
Yeah,
the Railers put some points on the board last night, Coach. You got to feel pretty good. It was a game that you guys were favored coming into.
Yeah,
but it's Taylorville. They're usually a competitive team, and I'm sure they came in thinking, we're going to compete with Lincoln. I think they came in at 1-6.
Yeah, they were 1-6.
Yeah, so they're struggling, but it's always a good game against Lincoln and Taylorville, and they come in last night. You guys took it to them right from the get-go. You told me Carson only had 6 carries, and that boggles me because it seemed like every time I saw him running the ball, I don't know, but when he touches the ball, we talked a little bit before we went on air. He's that running back. He's elusive.
Oh yeah.
He can cut. He's not a big kid, but he powers through it, keeps those legs turning.
Yeah, strong. Just kind of really motivated. He was really wanted that one last night. He's kind of all week, just kind of hyped up about it, and he had a little internal motivation. He wanted that player of the game plaque. So he was motivated for that, and yeah.
Did he get it?
He did get it. Yeah. Well, he did have those couple catches too. So he was all over the place last night.
Yeah.
And just ran really well behind his blockers, and a couple plays we didn't block the way we wanted to or needed to, but he was just so elusive, and he was just the best athlete on the field.
Yeah, Lincoln comes out, opening drive, just march it down the field, score, and then took you a little while to settle in defensively. Taylorville on their drive, they answered.
Yeah.
Missed the extra point, but just is that something that your defense you kind of feel out the offense and make some adjustments, and the first drive is just kind of a thing that kind of happens?
Yeah, they're playing a little more power football than we thought they were going to, but I'm sure the weather played into some of that, and they just kind of lull us to sleep on a play action there to punch it in, and it was I think that was a wake up call for us. We scored so easily, and I think we're just kind of like, oh, it's going to be an easy night, and it's not with Taylorville.
And it's kind of nice to be the team that they're trying to keep the ball away from.
Yeah.
Sure, Jeb is going, I'm not giving those guys the ball because lightning in a bottle over there.
Yeah. That's that's kind of how I feel like they've played that way all year. They're kind of they huddled a lot more than they had all year. Usually they were kind of no huddle, kind of just read at the line, and Coach Odom would call play from the sideline. But yeah, they were a lot more huddled up last night, and didn't really. In the film we had, they didn't really feature 14 as a running back very much. They usually used him out of the backfield in the passing game. So that was something we weren't really expecting. The 14 got a lot of good plays for him last night.
Yeah, and it's one of those games, Coach, where up and they got a trophy on the line on TV, and it's a fun game, and it puts you at 8-8. or 4-4. I'm sorry, 4-4. That's a lot of games. 4-4
NFL schedule.
after 8, and then 1 game left in the regular season against Tri-Valley. So we'll talk.
Tell you what,
Tri-Valley, Tri-City. It's all the same.
Tri-City.
Troy Triad.
Okay.
Try another one.
Well, you know, we don't come prepared. Just wing it. Anyway, Troy.
funny.
I got the try right, but Troy Triad. What'd they do last night?
They beat Waterloo by 2 scores.
Okay, so
they're good. They're really
good,
tough.
but
They're a big team, but we have an opportunity.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they're 6-2 now. So we'll go out and get a good weekend and give them our best shot.
Backing up on Keon a little bit, have you been sitting him some on defense?
Yeah, he's not really much of a defensive player. Yeah, he just wants to play offense.
He wants to run that football.
Yeah, he just wants to play offense.
But he's such an athlete, he's tough to keep off the field.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure next year it'll be something you might see more of, but this year we felt, we're, between Christian and Kenai and Isaac and Colby that, those guys they just took care of that side and tried to let Keon just worry about that side. And, those guys in the back did, really for the most part done a really good job all year. So there's really no sense to kind of make a big change there.
How do you keep those kids under control when they know they're going to be on that televised game? Because that's got to add.
Well, they're televised every week.
Well, but when you go nationally televised, it's different.
Yeah, they were. We just kind of talked about representing our program the right way. It's wanting. We kind of talked before the game is with the weather how bad it was. There probably a lot more people are going to be staying at home watching. Looking to watch a game. So we just wanted to make sure that we were representing our program in Central Illinois the right way, and kind of told them cut the stuff out. Just let's represent it the right way. And I thought they did a pretty good job of that.
Well, not only that, it was senior night.
Yeah.
So that was another little part to it.
Yeah, throw senior night out there on TV,
playing for the bragging rights, and talk a little bit about your seniors. How they contribute to the team, and
obviously a lot of big pieces in that. In that group, and just a great group of kids, and a lot of them been 4-year players for us. And when I got here, they were all in 6th grade, so I've got to kind of watch them kind of grow up, really. So it's been fun to watch them, and been great to have them part of our program the past 4 years, and kind of wish we would have got a full 4 years out of them. Their sophomore year was that year that got cut off. But yeah, it's been fun. Great group. I'm sure we'll get them out here hopefully next week, and let them talk about themselves and their plans. A couple of them will go play college ball next year. Some will go on and do really good things in their life, and kind of looking forward to watching them grow, and hopefully get a couple of them back in our program to help out down the road.
We talk about Keon and Decker and all those guys in that backfield. Throw some of those linemen out there, because you don't do anything without that line.
No, obviously Frank Sanders is a tackle, Evan Wackendorf a guard, Ryan O'Donohue is our center, then you got Joe Dom, and then Tate Johnson. So they've come a long way as a group. A couple of those guys never, Frank and Tate never played line before at the high school level. They kind of got thrown into those roles this year. Joe was a first-year starter for us this year. He's still kind of learning to play the game as well, and he's come a long way. And it's been fun with those guys. Really fun to coach and be around, and they want to be good, they want to be better, and it's all you can really ask for.
So relatively, kind of a young line, so we're getting a little experience there. So you'll have some returners.
Yeah, we do bring. We graduate a lot, but we bring a lot back. It's kind of something we've been trying to balance on the past few years, is not being so senior heavy everywhere, and kind of having to hit the restart button every few years. So we've got some good balance going, and gonna finish this one out and see where it takes us, and then get to work in the off season, and try to come back next year stronger.
Well, behind the scenes, coaches, will do the play calling, draw up the plays, but you also have to facilitate your players, so you got seniors, juniors, sophomores, freshmen, and how you kind of work them up through the system. And an injury, that young kid's going to have to step up. So you guys have to facilitate that too, and have those younger kids ready.
Yeah, there's a lot that goes on, a lot of moving pieces that, and especially getting this late in the year, and things are happening, and like Peyton, for example, he didn't practice all week. He's kind of battling something, and so we had a sophomore ready to go. Took all the first team reps all week, and kind of knew with the circumstance though, if Peyton wanted to go, he was going to go. Peyton felt good enough, he wanted to go, and kind of got to that point, and Peyton went and passed the torch on to Jaden and goalie there, and did a good job for us in the second half. And it kind of came to the point, talked to Peyton at half, like, I think we got this one. Let's start playing for next week. We need you next week too. And so yeah, a lot of things going on, and we had another injury to a guy that plays a lot on special teams. So as another sophomore, Court Penkoff, stepped up and played on a couple special teams last night. So yeah, just kind of things were moving around last night that really nobody knows, and kind of worked out though.
Let's talk about special teams for a second, because something that doesn't happen very often in Lincoln football is a field goal. And since we talked earlier, but since Badonich did it 3 years ago,
I think 19 we said before, yeah.
But we had a field goal last night, and he's a good little kicker.
Yeah, I think it was like 33 or so, 33, 35, somewhere in there. And he definitely had some. Probably could have went from a little further.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good 2-minute drive for us, really. Yeah. We had a good 2-minute drive there. Kind of pieced some things together, and were able to get some points before half, which was kind of important.
What year is he?
He's a junior.
He's a junior. You got him back.
Yeah.
Work all summer.
Yeah. He takes that. His craft of kicking very seriously. He had his first 2 career touchbacks last night too. So I don't know if we've had many touchbacks since I've been here either. That's
big. That's big.
That's huge.
You don't give the kick return team the opportunity to return it.
Yeah.
So touchbacks are.
We'll take that anytime.
Yeah, and I don't understand why the NFL, a touchback you get on the 25, and then everywhere else is the 20.
Yeah, college is still the 20.
Yeah. Why is that? I think
they were trying to reduce. They were trying to reduce the kick returns because of the injuries.
But it's so exciting.
Yeah.
It used to be.
It probably kept Devin Hester out of the Hall of Fame right now.
Because he should be in that, but that's a different conversation.
Yeah, but
if we go, let's talk about the kickoffs though, because I said before the thing, and I always remember it because it was the day of my sister's wedding, and they just had their anniversary of 26 years, and that's when Gabe Rutledge ran the kickoff back against SHG, and we haven't had one in 26 years.
Yeah, we've had a few. I believe we've had 1 or 2 called back. We've had some felt like we've put inside the 10. Like, we've come really, really close. But yeah, that's one way we have not scored since I've been here, is that. And
so let's get that done.
Who do you got
this
back
weekend?
there? Who's the returners? Is it
Keon and Decker?
I wouldn't kick either one of them if I was coaching against them.
And we try to get it to Keon back there, and we move him around and do things. They
have to do a little
find a way to get him around. Yeah, we did that last week. They did do that. We're keep close trying to get one. We'll get one.
Is this as long as we have more points on the scoreboard than the other team? That's all that matters.
Yeah, we've returned them at the JV level though. It's never at the varsity level.
Well, let's talk about real quick, Coach, next week's game. Obviously a big game, puts you over 500 and in playoff contention. What kind of team can we expect to see as we travel down? Where's it at?
Tri-City, Triopia, try another one.
Okay. Try something.
Triad.
Too many tries.
Troy.
It's in Troy. Yeah. Triad High School. I think it's 3 communities that feed into it, maybe. I think that's where they got that name from. I don't really know. But yeah, they're big, physical. They line up a lot similar to us. That wing, double wing, fullback back there, 2 receivers. They don't really use a tight end, run heavy team. Just some triple option, some belly like we do, the tossed ball, and play action off of that.
Is it turf? They have turf.
Oh, beautiful facility.
Nice. Well, that's good for us, I think.
Yeah.
Makes us a little faster.
Yeah, I haven't been there personally, but I know our JV went down there last year, and I know they host a lot of track meets, and they're a really good track program. So they're fast too. They're fast. They have a really good track program down there. So yeah, it's gonna be a beautiful place to play, from what I've been told.
Good deal.
Well, so how do we attack it? What are you doing? Any ideas yet? Or going to look at?
We haven't looked at. We actually haven't accepted the film exchange yet. So we do have their Mattoon played in week 1, and their coach did share their film after we played Mattoon. So I've kind of peeked on them a little bit. They're big, physical, run the football. Play 4-down defense. Big guys up front. So we got to just kind of work on some, build on what we did well last night, and things weren't perfect last night offensively either. We just, kind of made plays. We were just better athletes than them, and we were able to kind of get away with some things that next week we won't get away with.
I don't think we talked about Darren, but I thought, I saw the first half, I thought he played a great game.
Yeah, got him running a little bit last night, and he's kind of really grown into that, kind of doing a lot of that in practice, when he's doing scout team quarterback. And a lot of our opponents have done some of that power read stuff. So he's gotten some practice at it, and felt like last night was a good time to bust it out.
Yeah. Threw the ball well.
Threw the ball well in the rain.
In the rain.
Yeah.
Some big completions.
Yeah.
And you've got the trophy. Did we talk about the trophy?
The trophy.
The trophy. Yeah.
Nice.
Back-to-back years.
We'll just call it the trophy. Not anything else, Joe.
Just the trophy.
We'll take it. Yeah, kids had a good time celebrating with last night, taking pictures and all that good stuff.
Yeah, that's fun. You get a victory, you get a trophy. The kids are, pumped up, building some momentum going into next week.
Yeah, so it gives definitely something to play for. There's a lot of teams, that would love the opportunity to be playing for something week 9, and we're fortunate enough to be there again, and hopefully a little better result this time, and give it our best shot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Huge week.
Yeah,
practice.
Yep. So I'm sure you got a lot going on today. A rough week for the coaches, game planning, getting that game plan installed, and then traveling. It's probably about hour and a half.
I believe somewhere between an hour and a half, hour 45.
Right. At least it's interstate for the most part.
That's what I've been told. Yeah, I've never been there, but that's what I've been told.
Right.
So
okay. Yeah. Well, good luck. Hopefully, come with a victory.
Absolutely.
And continue this season, and it's been a fun one to watch.
Yeah, it's been ups and downs,
Well, that's football.
Win the last Apollo conference game too, which is always a little way to go out.
Yeah, we never even talked about that.
Yeah, it didn't really hit me till the middle of the week.
Last year,
and the last one, it didn't really kind of hit you.
It's flown by.
Yeah.
Well, how many years in it? 6 years?
Has it been 6 years?
Yeah,
So
about 5 full years in it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you've been here 7, 8?
Yeah, 7. Yeah.
Yeah. So
6 years of it. Wow, flew by.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Coach, once again, thanks for taking some time, and good luck next Friday. And hopefully, we're talking to you and the kids next Saturday. And
no kids, right? We went with that till the end of the season.
Well,
hopefully, we're just talking to you next week.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Yeah, and we're
kids are later
for selection Saturday. Hopefully, we're
Wouldn't
looking
that
a
be
little
fun
ahead.
to have?
Yeah, that would be incredible.
Yeah, it would. So, Coach, good luck, and we'll talk to you next Saturday.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right. Well, we're going to take a break, Joe.
Yeah.
You need a break?
I need a break.
All right. We'll take a break. We come back. We'll have Mr. Pickering on with
David
us.
Pickering's going to join us as CFO of the Tremont.
And we got it for what we did in New Holland.
There's only one winner a year?
One winner a year, yes.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was very cool. It was an honor.
And now tell us about what they're doing with the bank, the old bank.
So it's just the meeting spot for the village of New Holland.
Okay, that's what somebody else said. They're having meetings.
Yeah.
And somebody else told me about, are they having, we say meetings, in general, but anyone can go there and meet, an organization.
I'm pretty sure it's open, to any organization, but it is the village of soon to be owned by the village of New Holland,
And so now we have this question that I don't know what this is either. What is the CDD?
That is a Hodge question.
It is?
Yeah, he's the CDD board. He's on the CDD board, and it's an organization in community banking for younger bankers.
And he's a younger bank?
And I am a younger banker.
So are you.
Yeah.
I was going to say.
I technically am a CDD member, but he runs the board. He's one of the main guys. You'd have to ask him exactly what he does. He acts like he's really busy.
That's what I say too. I got that CDD meeting.
Yeah, it's usually a golf outing or something.
Yeah. Friday afternoons. Yeah. So Hodge, give us a call. What's our number, Jim? 217-871-4930. 4930. Why don't you give us a call and tell us about this CDD and what goes on at those board meetings? One of the questions I had on here was, what makes your bank different from the others in Lincoln?
Well,
boy,
that's a tough question, especially when you're from Lincoln.
So what makes us different?
Hey, Hodge told me that.
It's okay.
No, so most banks, let's be honest, do have the same products, right? You're going to go into any bank and you can open up a checking or savings or CD or get a loan for, whatever you need. And I think to start, there's kind of a perception with small banks that we aren't able to provide all the same stuff as a bigger bank. Not just like a bank in Lincoln, but like with Chase Bank. And that kind of scares people away sometimes with small community banks. But the truth is, our bank and most small community banks actually have all the technology that you can get with Chase, and we can offer all the same products that you can get walking into a big branch. So to start with, there's a lot of similarities with every other bank. With a small bank, you can get online banking, and you can have an app that does everything that you need. That's nimble and easy to use and intuitive and easy to figure out. Even Alan Pickering can use our app.
Now, if you get Alan's money in this bank, pay for the whole project.
You have to give him a 1% interest rate on every loan, or he won't come. But
he's tight.
He's not tight. He'll spend some money, but he likes to tease people. So he loves to tease Hodge. If he's paid a fee on anything, he'll tease Hodge.
Oh yeah. Well, I know about that.
But what separates us, I think, from other banks is that we are local. There's not 8 ladders of corporate levels that you have to go through to get an answer. June lives on Illini Drive in Lincoln. I live on Illini Drive in Lincoln. The loan officers that are here, they'll be with you every step of the way through the process. You don't have to go to a different division to get answers. It's just the local touch that we provide that, other banks always don't have. If you call us, you're going to get a person. You're not going to have to press 1 to go to loans and then press 2 to talk to whoever. You're just going to get somebody that knows what they're talking about. And if they don't, they'll get you right to somebody who does. So I think that's the touch that we can provide as, pretty much the last actual small community bank in the area.
Is there a certain industry or person or family that you're looking for? Is it all?
No, we're
in a farming community.
Well, we are in a farming community, so a lot of our business is with farmers, but we want to support everybody, and not just farmers, but small businesses. We want to help the community grow, and I think that's what a small community bank can do if you're integrated into the community, is help those small businesses become the businesses that they should become. And I think we're seeing that already. We've helped out a lot of people, and I can't wait to help out more.
Well, there's so much this. I've never got a farm loan in my life, and probably never will.
Because you're not a farmer.
But I talk to a lot of farmers, and they talk about how, a long time ago it used to be real easy to just pop in, sign a piece of paper, and say, got that. And now it's all changed.
We want to make it as streamlined and as easy as possible, but it's changed just pretty dramatically since even I've started 8 or 9. Well, I started in banking in 2009, which that was an interesting time to get into banking. 2008, 2009, graduating with a finance degree was a lot of fun. But no, there's a lot more regulations. There are more hoops to jump through generally for anybody at any bank, and that's just a process that the bank just has to get good at doing to help the customer, because it's just a reality in the banking environment these days is you're going to have to sign a few extra pages. You're going to have to jump through a few extra hoops. It's going to take a little bit longer just because there's timelines that have been set by the, federal agencies that set those regulations. You have to wait.
All caused by that time period you were in.
Yeah, 08, 09, that caused a lot of regulations, and some good and some maybe not the best, but it's hard to tell. I mean, it's hard to set regulations for banks. There's different sized banks and different risks with different ones. So there's a lot of regulations on banks that probably should just be for the bigger banks that cause the issues, but it's hard to figure out where that line should be drawn. But yes, generally what you're asking is, it is a little bit more difficult, but we're here to make it as easy as possible.
Well, I've always been under the belief that banks want to lend money to people that have money. And if I had money, I wouldn't be here. Is that kind of true or not?
Flesh that out a little bit. I mean, if you've got money, you're less likely to need a loan. But even to service customers that don't have loans, we have customers that just have checking accounts and CDs and want a safe place to put their money, and we provide that for them as well.
Throw a CD rate out there right now.
Do we have a CD rate sheet?
Jennifer went to look right now.
Yeah, she's gonna bring me one.
That was I'm done.
You're done?
So we've got an 11-month at 2.01, a 19-month at 2.11, and a 25 at 2.21, a 3-month at 0.75, and these are changing rapidly. It's an interesting time to be a banker.
Going up, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they're heading up.
Rates are going up. It's an interesting time to be in banking with the Fed raising rates. It's tough. It's tough to know where to price things, but rates are definitely increasing, and it's something that is fluid, and people need to be checking in every day. And we have an online, this is online.
I was going to ask now, on your online site, can you go, if someone wants to go get a loan or look at rates, that's all out there?
You can do that online, yes. And most people still prefer coming in to the branch and doing that. But for car loans and easier stuff, people have been migrating to our online system a little bit more.
And are you able, my last question I really have is that, are you able to take that picture of that check that somebody gets
remote
you to deposit?
Yep, you can do that.
I've never done that in my life. You do
No,
that?
I've tried it. Yeah, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
I mean, if you just have to have steady hands, take the picture, and you can do that.
And not a flip phone, Joe.
Yeah, you have to have an iPhone 4 and above, I think, or an Android of some sort.
These guys make fun of me. They say I'm old. You know what I mean?
Well, we're not saying.
You are.
It's implied.
Yeah.
I am old. You're right.
But you're very knowledgeable. You've been around the block. You've been around.
Oh, yeah.
That's why we keep you around.
You got some questions for the CFO here?
Well, I think you nailed it. I mean, you came with an agenda, which is very uncharacteristic of the cheap seats.
Cheap seats in general.
You know, so I mean, I don't know a whole lot about banking. You know,
None of us do, really.
No.
That's why we come here.
That's
right?
why you come here.
You guys are going to inform us
We'll
about
provide you with that knowledge.
yeah. Now I know what he really wants to talk about, and that's 2005. You know,
Look at him.
back his plane. Do you ever just relive those?
Oh, I think about it all the time. In my head, it was a couple years ago, and then I get on the basketball court and I realize it's been more than a couple of years. It's not like it was.
Yeah.
17 years.
17.
Just about.
17.
And you're right. It does just seem like yesterday.
It just happened.
You know, and just think how long Coach Al's been doing it. How many Pickerings he's seen going through the system, and I don't know when the guy's going to retire.
I thought he was going to retire. I thought I was his last year. And he's
well, we thought it was Bryson's last year. And
well, he keeps on having good teams come through. He's like, I'll stay until this crop goes. And then,
you know what? He just loves it too much. I don't want to see him retire because then he's just going to sit around.
Yeah, but he can do stuff at your house, maintenance and stuff.
Yeah, I got a list for him.
Yes,
I got
probably
a list.
what's keeping him working.
Probably, but
who was your teammates on that?
So me and John
to help us.
Yeah, me and Harpson were the only seniors on that team, and then we had Brandon Farmer, Matt Schick, Schonauer, Kirk Horright, Chris Gossett, Jake Carey.
I mean, that's just loaded right there.
I just saw a bunch of those guys at Pee Wee's weddings.
Mm-hmm.
They were all out there, but I forgot about Gossett. Where's he at these days? You know,
he is, I think, a welder, possibly an underwater welder. It's been 5 or 6 years since I've talked to him. I could be.
We need him on
I
there.
could be wrong about that. I'm pretty sure he's a welder. He's doing really well, but I haven't spoken to him in a couple of years, and I'm not entirely sure where he's at. I think he might be traveling a little bit.
Now, you guys stay in touch a lot?
Yeah, we try to. I moved, somewhat close to John Harpson now, so it's good to be back it's good to be back in the neighborhood. I moved, a quarter of a mile where I grew up, which has been kind of a trip, but it's exciting to be back.
Who was the better 3-point shooter, you or Harpson?
Man, it was close.
Come on, you're on the air. Just go ahead and brag about it. He doesn't even have a voice.
That's right. Yeah, it was clearly me.
That's what I thought. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know. We had a lot of horse battles in practice. I bet you right now we could both go make 80% of our threes if no one was.
That could be a show.
If I took Pickering and you took Harmson, we could have a little contest.
Maybe I won't want to take Pickering.
We're not going to have to move too much, right? We're just shooting. Shooting.
They're set shots.
The opposite team can stand in front of you while you're shooting and harass you.
So here's what we're going to do.
Now he's in.
Well, 2025, we're going to have a 20-year reunion with you all.
Okay.
So you got 3 years to work on this, guys.
I'm in.
All right. And so you'll have to facilitate it. You'll have to get all your team members.
Well, who else are we getting besides Hart? You want everybody?
The whole 2005 team.
Okay.
All guard Bird.
Well, we're not playing. We're just talking.
Okay.
Bird just he's getting over a torn ACL. He just had surgery. He was playing golf like the next day, but yeah.
all those farmers can go to the hoop. They're unbelievable. They're Energizer bunnies.
Yeah, they're never going to stop.
Now, do you stay up on Lincoln basketball?
I try to,
Yeah.
and again, I just moved back, but I plan to see a lot more games this year, and I'm excited. Yeah.
How are you in broadcasting?
I don't know.
I mean,
We'll find out.
We might need some.
All right.
So far, so good.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
There we go. How about how are you at golf?
My golf game's improved quite a bit living right next to the Elks golf course.
And being in the banking industry, you golf, what, 3-4 times a week?
It's important for banking.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
And insurance.
It's important.
Yeah.
Wives don't always believe
How's
that.
your golf game?
It's horrible, just like usual.
But you have fun.
I don't ever get any better.
Really?
No. I'm an 18 and always will be.
We'll get you to a 17 next year.
No, you won't. I'll do the same thing. Well, David Pickering, CFO over here at Tremont Bank, and glad you could pop in and join us.
Thanks for having me on. This was a blast. Come see us, guys. We'd love to have you.
You want to give anybody a shout out? Your mom and dad, they're going to watch online later.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad.
All right, well, let's take another commercial break. We come back, we'll finish it up here on the Cheap Seats, WLCN 96.3 FM.
Hollandberry & Bennett Funeral Home was built on a tradition of trust and caring. Located in Lincoln, Hollandberry & Bennett is family-owned and operated, offering loved ones comfortable facilities and caring professionals Chris and Leslie Bennett. Loss of a loved one is one of the most difficult challenges anyone can face, and it's important to have a funeral home you can trust to provide peace of mind while adhering to the highest standards of care. Call 217-732-2638 or learn more at hbbfh.com.
The central and midwestern U.S. averages more than 850 tornadoes each year, and lately, the number of floods has been rising in the region too. So chances are, there will be more twisters and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are, you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are, they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
This is Greg Lozinski, and you're listening to Cheap Seats with Joe, Jake, and Sabadoo on 96.3 FM WLCN.
Back to the Cheap Seats, WLCN 96.3 FM. We are at Tremont First National Bank. Just had David Pickering on with us.
Good job.
He did a fantastic job. He at the last minute, he got the call.
I think he
stepped up.
He borrowed some makeup from some of the ladies in here, and he looked good.
And he nailed it. Yeah, he did a great job. Speaking of great job, we need to get a theme song or an introduction song for our next caller.
Maybe get the Olympia fight song on for him.
So Coach Lyon's on with us now. Good morning, Coach.
Maybe not. Maybe he's not on with us.
Well, hello?
I had a big game last night.
Hello?
They had a big game last night in Auburn, I believe. I don't know how. Here we go. Now we're coming in. Coming in loud and clear, right, Jim?
And let's try this again. We need to get a theme song for our next guest,
Groundhog Day,
that we can introduce him to. Coach Lyons. Good morning, Coach.
And we're back. Now we're gonna.
You there?
No. Boy, Jim's face. We need a picture of that.
He's just throwing chords around. You think, Coach? 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 Oh boy. Well, I got nothing.
Okay.
Well, I'll tell you what, I do have something.
Yep.
How about some Illini football?
How about it?
Boy, they could very easily be undefeated right now. The Indiana game just still kind of, but they take on Iowa last week. A game of field goals, great game. The Illinois defense is, man, they're pretty good, and they got another test today, homecoming for the Fighting Illini against the Minnesota Gophers. Have you ever had the opportunity to watch some Illini football this year?
I haven't been to a game.
Huh?
We think we've got him now.
Okay, let's do this again. We need a theme song or an introduction song for our next guest, so we need to work on that. Good morning, Coach.
Hey, good morning, guys.
We're there.
Well, the fourth time is a charm.
Nice job, Jim, getting us hooked.
Trying to get you on here. Sorry about the hold up, but Coach, thanks for coming on this morning. Tell us a little bit about last night. What was the outcome? We were trying to find a score.
We lost to Auburn 40, I think it was 46-26.
Oh, yeah.
At their place. Kind of a sloppy game, a lot of turnovers between both the two teams. I think we turned the ball over 5 times last night, which, it's really hard to win a football game if you do that. And so we've been really good about that all year. Obviously, the weather conditions played into it a little bit, but it was it was really a back and forth game until late in the fourth quarter when they had a couple of scores late, but there's some real positives from the game, and there's just a lot of things that we still need to do better, and it starts with taking care of the football. You just don't win football games when you turn it over 5 times. So
turnovers on the pitch, Coach, or they were handoffs?
Actually, we had some center exchange issues last night. And then we also, just to kind of give so they won the toss, they received, they scored, they went up 7-0. We got it, 6-0. We got it back, scored right away, make it 6-6. Kicked back off, they scored again, kicked it, made it we stopped them again on the 2-point conversion, 12-6. Then it kind of stayed that way for most of the first half, and then we scored right before half on we call it the water bucket play. Some people know it as a swinging gate. We only do it after a timeout. Mm-hmm. There was about 10 seconds left in the half, and so we have a guy line up over the ball. He's down like he's tying his shoe, and we put a hand on the ball, hold it for a second, and then we scoop it over to the side and run down the sideline. So we scored on about a 25-yard gain at the end of the half with 0 time left on the half to go up 13-12.
What did their fans do?
It was we work on it every Thursday. It's one of those things you work on Thursdays,
Mm-hmm.
And it has to be the right situation in the game, and we felt like it was, and so huge momentum swing for us going into the half.
That's awesome.
To go up, to turn the ball over 3 times in the first half and go into the halftime up 13-12. But the series before that, our starting quarterback got dinged up. We're hoping to have him back next week. But our backup kid came in who's a sophomore, and he's been actually out for the last 7 weeks. So this was the first week he's actually been back healthy. So, that's tough. And we take snaps with the backup quarterback in the center. It's not a thing like that, but it's still a feel thing, if you're not taking as many from that guy, especially when it's wet. And so we come back out of half and we're getting the ball. They score to make it 20-13. They go for 2. We score right away, make it 20-20. And, it's just a dogfight at that point. And we really had trouble stopping them. They had a lot of speed on the perimeter with the receivers. Have these Kern boys. One of them's their quarterback. The other one's their receiver, number 13. He's state champ in the hurdles, and I think he high jumped something like 6'7", and we struggled to cover him. He was really good. I thought they did a great job managing the conditions and pitching and catching the football. I mean, it was really an offensive battle. I mean, neither team could really stop the other. I think we punted once in the football game, and the rest of the stops were turnovers. And so, just really sloppy. We got to get our ball security's got to improve. The big thing on the defensive side is we just got to learn how, we call them ball skills, but we got to learn how to play the ball in the air a little bit better. We let people get behind us, and that's trouble.
And if you can get the track team and the wrestling team out for football, you've got a pretty good team.
Yeah, I think so. And I think, we'll have a lot more kids out next year. I mean, they see that the future's bright, and we're excited about our program. We still are. We're 4-4. We're not 0-8. We're 4-4, and going to play Porta next week. So we feel good about it. Good. You don't ever take anything for granted when you're. Every opponent, you better come ready to play, and this is no different. It's homecoming week, so we should have a great crowd. And we got a chance to punch our ticket next week, and that's
awesome.
What we're hoping to do.
Yeah, that's where you want to be. That's where Lincoln is. You just need to go in and get that last game.
Go in and get it done.
And by running that swinging gate, they're going to spend a half hour a day trying to get it defended.
Right. Right. Who does Lincoln play next week? I know they beat Taylor.
Well, we're going to let Joe take, because apparently
they're going to Triad
or Tri-Valley or
we've had some problems that day. Yeah. Tri-City.
I mean, it's
Triad's usually solid. I don't know how they are
program.
this year.
6-2. That's a good football program. Yeah. They've changed over the years into different little communities involved in it. But it used to be St. Jacob Triad, but now they've lost the St. Jacob in it somewhere.
Troy. It was Troy forever. Troy Triad.
Yeah, that's where it threw me off.
Troy Singleton, Troy Brown. Which one?
I claimed to be real bright. What?
Troy Poole. Which one was it? Troy.
All the above.
Coach, so what's
they should call it Joe Triad.
Yes, they should.
Only if they're losing.
Hey, is your what's Porter coming in? What's their record?
They play today, so I don't know. They're 0-7 right now.
I'll just say, maybe you better get over and watch them.
You going over?
No, I'm actually my middle daughter has a volleyball tournament in Springfield all day today, so I'm being a volleyball dad.
Volleyball dad.
Good for you.
Do you do any coaching in volleyball? Tell her kind of.
No. I'm vertically challenged.
I was just gonna say, I'm not sure you'd be a very good volleyball player.
You'd be a good bumper.
Serve specialist, guys. Just a back row specialist, libero, getting on the ground.
Yeah, you're a libero.
He's
that's
throwing,
for sure.
Throwing liberos out there.
Oh, he's a smart guy. How does your points look? Have you checked that? I mean, as far as
yeah, we should be good. I mean, are you talking about playoff points? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, I mean, being a part of a closed conference at 5-4, you're going to end up with 40 playoff points. I mean, I don't think there's ever been a team from a closed conference get in. I think 39, maybe the highest anybody's ever, maybe the highest the cutoff's ever been. So we really just got to get it done next week. I mean, if we get it done next week, we're in. And, obviously that's a huge thing for our program. It's not, and on top of that, if we can get a win next week, that'll put us at 5-4. That'll be our second winning season out of the last 3 years. And I think that's not been done a lot at Olympia. So we're really motivated to get this done.
Very exciting. And if you jump in there at 5-4, it'll be the first time since when that Olympia's been in the playoffs. Do you know?
I think 2014 was the last time they had a 6-3 or 5-4 season in 2014, and then it was a long time before that. I think it was 2001 before that. So
will you fall into 3A, 4A? You know where you go?
We'll be 3A. We're a solid 3A school. So I think eventually we may slip down to 2 at some point. Our enrollment's probably going to dip under 500 within the next couple of years.
Well, we don't want that. We need that community to grow.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm hoping. I think we have some great communities at Olympia and some great places for people to live. That's my radio plug there. Come check us out because not only that, it's a phenomenal school district from an educational standpoint. So,
and they got a good football coach over there, right?
That's right. Joe. I've been around. I've been around a little bit, and I think we have a top-notch education at Olympia High School.
Oh, good. You got an excellent superintendent over there, right?
That's right. She does an awesome job. Yep. Dr. O'Donnell, she's doing great things with our school district.
Well, it sounds like you got your work cut out for you, but you're ready to go. You can jump in. We'd like to see you slip into those playoffs.
Absolutely.
5-4.
Sounds like
man, I love it. Guys, remember a lot. So, the thing that's fun is it's our homecoming. So if we win Friday, we're going to be having our playoff party during the middle of the homecoming dance. So we'll be looking like how they do those live video feeds at the NCAA tournament.
Sure.
We'll just be all dressed up to the nines and everything. Heck, I might wear a tuxedo, Joe. Who knows?
Where are you going to get fitted for that at?
I don't know. I'm certainly an odd cut. So,
yes. That's not something that's in stock. That's not in stock over there. So you better get working on it.
No.
Well,
I used to wear an athletic cut, but I wear a little bit more of a round cut now. So
well, it's still in shape. You're all right.
It's called a dad body cut.
It's in fashion right now, right, guys?
Yeah, it's.
When I was coaching football, I used to say every year, I'm gonna stay in shape, and I'm gonna go into this football season, and I'm gonna work out, and I'm gonna be in shape. And every year, you just put on 10 pounds from not doing anything.
Gosh.
Every year.
You got a problem when the people at the Taco Bell drive-thru know you by name by the end of the season.
Hey, Coach, you want your regular? Oh, shit.
Well, that's fine. You can say those words. You can say those words on the air. Hey, Coach, good luck this weekend, and I know we'll be keeping track of you, and hopefully you're heading off to those playoffs, and we'll talk to you next week.
Yeah, sounds good, guys. Thanks for having me. Have a good day.
Thanks, Coach.
Coach Lyons, boy, they're in the driver's seat right now.
Oh, you gotta like that, don't you?
Are they at Petersburg?
Well, homecoming, so it's got to be coming to his place.
I didn't.
But I thought he said earlier they're going there, but homecoming, you got to be at home, huh?
Yeah.
There you go. We're smart enough to know that, aren't we?
Well, I don't know about that, but Joe, we got a phone number here.
Yeah, I say Jennifer popped over, and I don't think we ever said the phone number of the Tremont Bank, and it is 217-732-1040.
1040. Yeah, give them a call. If you need some banking,
They're standing by now. Operators are standing by now.
They're waiting for that phone to ring. Yeah, they're just staring at the phone.
All lines are open.
They want to work.
732-1040.
Yeah, give them
There
a
you
call.
go.
Yeah, and then stop by and check out the new facility. It's fantastic. So,
good place, great place.
all right. Well, it's we're way over
Yeah,
today.
we're over.
Yeah.
A little bit.
So thanks for tuning in to the Cheap Seats. Next week we're going to be at Jake's. Or what? Well, maybe. Hopefully not.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll let you know where we're at.
Hopefully
next
we're
week,
talking.
We'll figure that out.
Playoffs.
Playoffs.
Yeah. So tune in next week to the Cheap Seats. WLCN 96.3 FM.
The preceding program is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com.